Hey family, what's good? This is your girl, I am the Bronze Goddess, and it's time for another strawberry letter. Let's go get them. Foolishness alert. I mean, I haven't done a strawberry letter in quite some time, so you know I saved some foolishness just for you, wrapped up in your favorite color bow. All right, let's go get them. I'm a 31-year-old single mother. I met this guy at work about 6 years ago. He was about 2 years older than me. I moved out of state a couple of months later. We were together long distance, not even a month, and he disappears. 2 years later, he calls me out of the blue, and we got back together. He was in prison for selling drugs. I decided to give him another chance. He told me he was in church and working. We always talked on the phone. He was so sweet to me for a couple of months. After I told him he couldn't move in with me, he fell off the map again. Shortly after this, he had to move back home. By the time the year was over, I found out he was in prison again. I'm gonna get you. He still is there to this date. I couldn't believe this. It took me a year and a half to digest this. I gave him another chance. I have been battling with myself about leaving this relationship. My folks are against it. I feel like I'm his mother. I'm always telling him what he shouldn't be doing, things like selling drugs, breaking the rules where he's at, hanging with ex-cons when he gets out, etc. He always argues with me about that. He wants me to come up there and see him and sneak and have sex. He wants me to, he wants money, food, and visits. He's at least 2 hours away. He wants me to come up there. His mother and grandmother have told me I shouldn't put up with his mess from him. On the bright side, he's really sweet. He sends me letters and cards. I had a baby last year, and he claims the baby as his own. He will turn on me during this time. He never did. The downside is he wants a threesome. He disrespects his mother constantly. He told me that he would kill me before if I ever cheated with his family. His baby's mother did that to him. He told me that he loves me. He wants to marry me and have a family. I feel like he's using me. When I told him he couldn't come home to me, he said it's all my fault. He won't get out early. He idolizes money and likes fast money. He has talked to me about staying before. I have this bad feeling in my gut that this won't go away. FYI, his grandmother told me that he had drug-infested relationship while I was unfaithful to him before he got locked up the second time. Please tell me I'm not crazy for wanting out for this good time. Or for good time this time. I'm exhausted reading your letter, so I can only imagine what it must feel like for you to actually live this. There's so much foolishness in this letter. I'm going to start off with the beginning. Why is it sexy to you, alluring to you, tempting to you in any way that your man is a repeated offender, that he's not somebody who learns from his mistakes, that he keeps going back and forth to jail, that he's threatened to kill you, that he asked you for a threesome, that his own mother told you that not waste your time with him, you still are. The only redeeming quality that you can find in this letter to talk about with him is that he's sweet. How is any of this sweet? Wanting you to come up for conjugal visits, wanting money on his books for commissary, how is that sweet? And when you said, girl, when you said that he claims your child as his own, how can he claim your baby from jail? Is that what he told you? Is he tucking the little one in at night? Is he reading bedtime stories? Is he going to PTA meetings? How can he claim your child from jail? Like, what do you even mean? Because he's not the father and he said he would help you. This is all on a promise. He said he would marry you and take care of you, but he likes fast money. I don't think that he's doing what he can get away with. I don't even fault him. Because you're letting him do all this. This isn't his fault. This is your fault for allowing all this to happen. Where do you think that he is when he comes and goes out of your life? Like, you said you met him for a while. He fell off the planet. When you told him that you didn't want him to move in with you, he fell off the planet. Is every time that you won't give him what he wants from you, he will leave. And he will find somebody else who will. If you go up there and see him, he will give you conjugal visits. And eventually he will give you a baby. He will give you a baby that he will, leave it up to you to take care of. Like, I just don't see how this is appealing. So you're telling me there are no able-bodied free men running around your town, your city? Your town is not that small that this is as good as the pickings are going to get. I don't believe that. I don't believe this is the best that you can do. You're 31 years old. So you mean to tell me you're 31 is the best that you can do? Like, I think that you want a family. And this dude is telling you that's what he wants too. But what makes you think, like, after this many time going back, let's be realistic, okay? Let's get out of the fairy tale and let's be realistic. So he's back and forth in and out of jail, and you said he likes fast money. What do you think he's going to do if he's your husband? Like, it's not going to change. This, as many times as he's been to jail, it still hasn't changed him. Jail is supposed to rehabilitate someone, but you have to be in that mind space to even let that happen. He's not mentally there. He keeps going back and forth to jail, keeps doing his 2 years here and doing his time here and there, and then he keeps calling you because you keep being available. What's wrong with you being the one that got away? As far as I'm concerned, there's only so many times that you can pass me over, or so many times it's not going to work out between me and you. I don't like the whole idea of every time you come calling, I'm available to take your call. Like, why aren't you moving on with somebody else? What's wrong with you finding a free man? What can a prisoner in jail, what can an inmate do for you? Like the commercial, what can Brown do for you? What can an inmate do for you? What is he doing for you? Calling you collect? Saying sweet nothings to you while he calls you collect, running up your phone bill? He can't take you on any dates. He can't hold your hand. He can't be supportive for you. All you're doing is being there for him. What are you getting out of this? What do you get besides a high phone bill? Besides mileage and gas money that you're burning to go spend time with him for conjugal visits, to sneak and have sex with him? What are you getting from him besides him asking you for a threesome with another woman? What are you getting out of this? What you mean he's sweet? This is what sweet looks like? I've never seen this before. Let me tell you, since you clearly don't know, let me tell you what sweet looks like. Sweet is the kind of man that says, I'm not good enough for you. So I completely understand if you don't even want to be with somebody like me. That's sweet. Him saving you. Just because a man wants to be with you doesn't mean you should be with him. There's nothing alluring about this. And I think that you let the fact that you're 31 years old and you're a single mother make you think that he looks better than he really does. Whether it's on paper, or in real life, he doesn't look that good. This is a man who will constantly be in and out of jail because he hasn't learned his lesson yet. You don't know how many other women he's telling this to, which is the reason why I wanted to do your strawberry letter, because there's so many women out there who keep writing me the same letter. That's why I wanted to do this letter. How many of you out there are entertaining inmates, prisoners? Don't get me wrong, everybody who goes to jail is not a bad person. Sometimes you can make a mistake and get your life together. But when a man has made it clear that he's not ready to be there mentally, he hasn't gotten his life together, he hasn't learned his lesson yet, then what are you still doing wasting your time? You mean there's no free men in your city that you can date? You mean you act like you have a scarlet letter on your doggone chest? Like no one else will date you but this one prison guy. All because you got a kid. You know how many dudes run around here wifing women who have only one kid? Like it's not over for you. Like what do you mean? Because you got one kid and you're 31, you're ready to shut it all down, strip and just boil everything down, strip all of your morals and everything away for this one man, as if he's the only man on the planet out of 6 billion who would want you. You have no scarlet letter on your chest. There are perfectly good men who have so much love in their heart, they would love your child as if they were his own. And loving your child from jail is not him claiming them. He's not claiming your child from jail. That's not cute. That's not being a father. Don't you dare be disillusioned enough to think that this man is claiming your child from jail. What is he doing for your child? He's not helping you financially, spiritually, emotionally. Like, how is he helping? Just because he said, I'll help you with the child when I get out. And you holding on to that? Like that's the God's honest gospel truth? Those are just words. He has the gift of gab. He has talked you into waiting on him, talked you into, Lord knows if he even went through with the threesome. I hope that you didn't. I hope you had enough moral character to say, I'm not doing that. A decent man who loves you would never ask you to do that. Men are territorial and selfish. And if he thought you was a wife type material instead of some chick, he would never ask you to do that. He would never ask you to degrade yourself. He would never want to share you with a woman or anybody else. What kind of man asks a good girl, a wholesome, wifey material type person to do something like that? He's throwing everything at you that he can to see what sticks. He is testing you and you are failing. The minute he went back to jail, it should have been over. Because when you're entertaining a relationship with a man who is in jail, you're doing the time with him. You didn't do the crime, but you're doing the time. Why are you waiting out here? I don't understand the idea. This is crazy to me. For you to be faithful to a man who is in jail, he's not even your husband. What kind of hold does he have on you from jail? You couldn't tell me nothing from jail. Holla at me when you get out, partner, if I'm even still interested or on the market. But I'm not going to let my good dating years go by, letting all these men run around who are free and can take me somewhere and who I can actually take the time to get to know. I'm not going to let them get away while I'm waiting on you. Like, this man is not your husband. He's not your fiance. He's playing you. Matter of fact, no, he's not playing you. You're playing yourself. Running around here giving him this kind of commitment. He would never get my time. You're entertaining him? You're running up your telephone bill for this? What could he give you from jail? And please don't tell me that he's sweet. Get out, child, please. He's not sweet. He's a sweet talker. And he talked you into that. He talked you into this. He'll talk the next person into that. He has the gift of gab. He's not sweet. He's a sweet talker. I have never seen somebody just so willing to be a doormat. So willing to lay down and let somebody step all over them. How you let somebody fix their mouth to ask you for a threesome? I would have slapped his face for that. I'm a lady. You crazy? You crazy? Bobby, look. Anyway, what I'm saying is I think that you are wasting your time. You're wasting your good years. You don't think that it's over for you because you're 31 and you have a child. Like that means that you'll never be able to find love. You do not have a scarlet letter on your chest. It is not like all these men are. There are good men out there. Yes, there are going to be some who prefer a woman with no children. But there are going to be some who might have a child himself or who may actually fall in love with you and in turn love your child. There is no reason for you to be taking yourself off the market like something's wrong with you. There is nothing wrong with you. I want you to get that. I want you to look at me. There is nothing wrong with you. You don't have to settle for scraps. He is scraps. You deserve a king. There is nothing king-like about somebody asking you for a threesome. Nothing king-like about somebody asking you to come up to visit him in jail for him to have conjugal visits with. Nothing threesome about a man threatening to kill you if you cheat. That's not sweet. In no world, in no galaxy, in no rim of the stratosphere is that sweet. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to thumbs up. I'll see you in the next video. Till next time. Later, divas and dudes. Deuces, honey.